New Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And it's another month has gone by. Another month has gone by. I'm back in lockdown. What else is new? Another month has gone by, and you know, little has changed, including SFX Magazine. So the SFX Magazine has their new issue out today. I am going to do a review of it. I'm going to give you a virtual thumb through. I haven't read it yet. It just came out today. I'm going to do a virtual thumb through to you, with you to see if it's worth buying. Listen, spoiler alert, it's not. It's really not. But we're gonna talk about why it's not worth buying, and it's a real shame. But we're going to talk about why it's not worth buying. And I think if I wasn't using these as fodder for material for the channel, I wouldn't buy it. It depends how many videos I get out this week if I continue. Fine. Before we get in the review though, can I ask you guys, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? Mostly hit that subscribe button. I'm getting near to 1,800 subscribers. So by 18, by the way, is the numerological value in Hebrew lettering for the name of God, 18. So whenever Jews give, religious Jews give charity, it's always in multiples of 18. So hitting 1,800, that's a good benchmark for me. That would make me very, very happy. So listen, I think I need about 30 people. Can you hit the subscribe button? That'd be great. Thank you very much. I mean, you know, assuming that you haven't hit it. If you hit the subscribe button, thank you very much. I am very, very grateful. What happens if you subscribe? I think women will weep. Old men will dance. There will be miracles. There will be tidal waves. There will be thunder. And maybe none of that will happen. At all. But I would just be happy. Also, you get to enter my competitions. The prize this week is Doctor Who, Power of the Daleks DVD. This is the original animation. Not the new animation. I think the new animation is a waste of time, but I bought it on DVD first time and I wanted the Blu-ray. So yeah, I'll give it, I'm happy to give it away to you guys as a prize. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag I am your servant. I am your servant. You don't need to belch as you're saying that. You know, you can just type it. Oh yeah, if you want to put the belch in, it's fine as well. It's not gonna help you win, but yeah, if you want to chuckle, you're more than welcome. You can do that. Fine. Is there anything else I'm offering to subscribers? Yes. Today is the absolute last day. Tomorrow is the Jewish holiday of Hoshana Rabbah, in which the fate for the next year of the nations is sealed by the good Lord. It doesn't matter if you're Jewish. Doesn't matter if you're not Jewish. Doesn't matter if you're an atheist. Doesn't matter if you're like agnostic. Doesn't matter if you don't believe in anything other. If you want something, I want you to have it. I mean, assuming it's going to be good for you. If you want something, I want you to have it. And I genuinely do. Actually, I want you all to have it. But I can only deal with subscribers because I'm inundated. So if you have any prayer requests, send it to me. I will pray for you in the Holy Land of Israel, in the Holy Tongue. A bit of Holy Tongue. It sounds a bit rude. Yeah, fine. People go, Sweet, do you debase your religion as well amongst your peers when you do that? Yeah, actually, I do. I used to run this prayer group called a Minion in my local shul before we came to fisticuffs. So it was and it was always the most fun Minion. People would come to it just to hear what I was going to do and how I was going to screw up next, because it amused me no end. What doesn't amuse me no end? SFX Magazine. The new SFX Magazine is here. Look, okay, so the problem with the SFX Magazine is this. It likes to cover contemporary science fiction that's being made. But the worlds of fandom are somewhat split. I would say split, not evenly. I would say 75-25. 25% of people love everything being made. They love, and I think 25 is general. They freaking love everything being made, or they don't. They don't really love it, but they feel like you see. A lot of these people who say they love it, they don't understand humanity and what it is to be human and have friends and relationships. They don't have friends, they have alliances. So, if they are in a similar alliance with Alex Kurtzman, politically, they can't say this, what he's doing is terrible. If they're in a similar alliance with Chris Chibnall politically or ideologically, you can't go, well, that's a really boring episode of Doctor Who. You can't do it, and you have to shield and support it, which is basically where Doctor Who Magazine and SFX Magazine. Doctor Who Magazine is in must be more of a fight for its life right now, because it's finally trying to ignore the current era of Doctor Who I think it's going to be, yeah, honestly, I think it's a half measure when they need a whole measure. What they need to do is introduce that very large part of fandom, the part of fandom that I'm in, and I assume you're in because you're watching this video, include our voices, which that up until now they pretended we don't exist. We don't exist because we are the awful ists and phobes. The reason we don't like Doctor Who is because Jodie Whittaker's a lady. No, the reason we don't like Doctor Who because it's shit. It's shit, and we wouldn't like it if it was a guy as well. But again, in that awful, awful way. And we don't like Star Trek because we like Star Trek, and this is nothing like Star Trek. Have you ever seen Lower Decks? Don't. If you like Star Trek, don't go and see Lower Decks. It is nothing like Star Trek at all. They have a lot of the window dressing, so they have starships. They have they have member bearers in it, but it's nothing like Star Trek. And I think that's probably true of Discovery. Discovery is a Star Trek made for people who hate Star Trek. They absolutely hate it, and they assume they're going to get a different audience where they didn't get. And let's look at this cover, zoom in a little bit, and we'll try and pick out everything that's wrong with this, right? Well, we got Michelle Yeoh. Well, I don't know what happened there. Okay, let's go. There, we're back. We have Michelle Yeoh's character, who Michelle Yeoh, she's a solid actress. Don't get me wrong, but that character was just like it was boring, and then when she became the Mirror version, was weird. Then they've got major plot points, and they got this I don't even want to call it well, it's weird. We just had power out of a second. I don't even want to call it feminism. It's a hatred of Western civilization going on behind it, which they view as being white and male. So I had this whole thing going on in Discovery Season 2, which was just freaking awful. It was so bad on so many. To do a video when you go over all the plot holes and all the failures that are just noticeable from the surface, takes freaking forever. I'm not even doing it, but it'll take absolutely forever. I just moved out of the way. So man, why does this thing keep doing that? Fine. Zoom out a little bit. So we got Discovery. Michelle Yeoh's character, who, they had a beating. They had a beating up this, this much bigger guy who should have been dead, but was at the time in the last episode. And I thought she wasn't survive. She didn't survive. They have Tilly. Tilly is the audience they want to have. The the not traditionally attractive, slightly plump girl who always feels rejected, who wants to feel like the bestest ever. Saru's good. Saru's a decent character, played by Doug Jones, who's a good actor. But it's like if you put something really, really yummy in a pile of shit, it's still in a pile of shit, which is essentially Discovery. You have Michael Burnham, one of the worst characters of all time, one of the absolute worst characters of all time. The definition of a Mary Sue, perfect in every way, even in her cause. She was just terrible. And then we got the new character, who obviously is played by a black man. Obviously has to be played by a black man, which is pretty much every bit of science fiction now. Has to be something like that. You got the Doctor who's a moron. You got a trans character. Well, of course you have a trans character. What other thing? What else are you gonna do? Of course you're gonna jump on that bandwagon. And then you got little Ricky Cruz, the Doctor, who is just. He had one of the vilest acts on Twitter possible. One of these people who pretend they're in for, like to say they're inclusive and they're loving, but they hate anybody like them. As Ian Cheston said, a dislike of the unlike defines them. So let's have a peruse. We'll go for the open page overview. Let's see what that does for us. So we got page, got a couple of ads. Michael Burnham trying to look cool. Then you got the news section. Okay, so we got there's some. Here's the problem. Now, so here's the problem. So why have we got shows being made that are completely against the ethos of the Star Trek, Doctor Who, that goes completely against it. Doctor Who is normally like a moral very intelligent crusader, which is the opposite of this Doctor Who, Jodie Whittaker's Doctor Who. So, we have that stuff going on, which they shill for relentlessly. This is a big thing, and they do not allow any discerning voice, or, anything else being made is deeply mediocre. I watched The Italian Job last night. I freaking love The Italian Job. You know what's great about The Italian Job? It loves being English. It loves England. It loves being British. It loves everything about it. And I think back, it was only a few years ago that it was okay to express things like that. I mean, don't you remember the Olympics, the Queen's Jubilee? You had James Bond jumping out of a freaking plane with the Queen. It was freaking awesome. We loved that stuff. Now it's like we got to feel ashamed. We feel so shame for us being an white. So we can't. So everything has to fit into these increasingly puritanical draconian rules, which means just about everything being made is very, very bad. I think I think I saw two things this year that got in under the radar. That's Brave New World and Raised by Wolves, both of which I thought were very, very good. Everything else is just bland trash. I'm not really that interested in reading about bland trash. So we got they talk about this new series being made. Hellstrom, the new Marvel series, don't care, it's going to be bland trash. This new series, all of it looks to be like bland trash. I'm not that interested. So then we have this, let's see how many pages it is. It's a long feature. We got the feature about Star Trek Discovery, which is, completely rebooted. That they made a third season. And it's 13 episodes. It just blows my mind. So it looks like it's going to be awful. I assume it's going to be awful because everything else they've done is awful. So I think it's a fair, it's a fair explanation. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. But I'm assuming it's going to be awful. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's Burton waking up in an Iron Man costume. Dumb. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, Jonathan Frakes did it. 8, 9. 10 pages of propaganda, which is what it's going to be. 10 pages of relentless propaganda. Oh crap, it's starting on the 16th. Oh man, I don't want to. I gotta watch it. So 16 pages of what's essentially propaganda. That you have to pay for. Not so much. So then they got this other show again. Walking Dead. So there's a new spin-off on Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. And then slowly it took on the heroes approach and get worse and worse. So it got to the point during the a few years ago during the the Negan War thing, when it was just like episode after episode of it discombobulated firing guns boringly. I just like I'm out, I'm bored, I'm out. And for looks of it, I didn't get any better. I was watching Fear the Walking Dead where they kept the most boring character and so focused on those. I'm just not interested at all. It's gonna be bland. It's gonna be. I'm just not that interested. Fine. So wow, this is a long feature, which I'm skipping. Okay, fine. So then Nick Frost has a new series. I might watch this. It's just, I'm not saying I'm going to rush to see. I mean, I saw Hyperdrive, which I thought was pretty dire. I see it's got Kevin Eldon in again, who was in Hyperdrive. Who was probably one that he's pretty good. But so Nick Frost plays a ghost hunter. I might read this article. Yeah, I'm reading this article. Okay, so there you go. They got 4 pages so far, and from my cover price, God knows how much it says. I got 4 pages I'm reading. And I'm not that excited about it. A black woman, so obviously this is 2020. They got a new horror show coming out. Horror stuff isn't really my bag. If it's for you, go for it. Mike Flanagan's dissection of the Stain sibling dynamics made The Haunting of Hill House the best horror TV show of the 10s. Netflix visitor said A Haunting of Blind Manor. Yeah, listen, I heard that was pretty good. I should really check it out over the Halloween month. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. This was a 4-page feed trailer. Of course, it's got this action. Again. Here's a problem. When you have people who aren't racists being worried about inclusivity, then they become racist. It's really weird, but they do. When you become somebody who doesn't judge anybody and wouldn't dream of judging anybody on the color of their skin or their ethnicity. And they worry that about that they're not being inclusive or diverse enough. That's the doorway directly to racism, which is really bizarre. When you have people hired who are mostly good at their jobs, but hired because of their skin color. I'm thinking this actress who's pretty much everything now, Raki Thakkar's in everything from Big Finish, and again, fine actresses. Don't get me wrong, but like you're doing them all a disservice. You're doing all minorities a disservice by lecturing them, telling that you just want to see people who look a bit like you. No, they don't. No. People want to see something from their own culture. Tokenism is not representation. And I haven't seen this thing. I just, whenever I see it now, I'm trained like a Pavlov's dog to assume, yeah, there's going to be tokenism. And it's like, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing they've done for the world, isn't it? To make me think that. Okay, so they got a feature on Halloween. I might read that. I kind of have a soft spot for the Halloween movies. So then there's this thing about a new horror movie, Act of Faith. I might read this, but again, I'm not a massive horror fan. But if you are, this issue might be for you if you like bland, one-sided. Look at that. So this I will totally read. It's an interview with a kid from Umbrella Academy. One of the absolute best things about that. Although I did like the young Hargreave in season 2, especially when he gets to that fight with Diego. I thought that was freaking awesome. But yeah, he's the best thing from. And the worst thing, Ellen Page. They could get rid of her in a heartbeat, and everything will get better. Recast her. I just get rid of her. Something about a horror book. Hocus Pocus, about this bland, reasonably forgettable movie from, when was it? 89. It's like, really? It's okay. I just can't remember. I can't imagine there's many people excited to read this article, but yeah, this is like, we got nothing to talk about. And Hocus Pocus, that's the name of the movie. It's being released on 4K. Who cares? Really, who cares? Survivors! I would read that, but mostly because of the Big Finish adaptation, which I thought was better than the TV show. Okay, so I'm up to about 6 pages so far. This woman author, don't know anything about her. And then, okay, that's the movie. Okay, so now they're trying to give reviews for the few things that are out. New Mutants. That's not politically aligned with them, so they're going to give it a genuine score. If it's lined against you, it's going to give you a bad score. If you're neutral, they'll give you a genuine score, and if you're aligned with them, they'll give you a good score. That's how it works. So that's why their reviews are essentially useless. Relic, St. Maud. Maybe it's good. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. Anything here that I'm interested in? That's the thing. I'm not really interested in any of this stuff because they just make a lot of garbage. Brave New World. Really? Brave New World got a 3. You know why it got a 3? I'll tell you. Who reviewed that? I'll tell you exactly why it got a 3. Because it's aligned against them. It makes the Twitterati out to be the villains. That's why I got a 3. This is one of the best things that came out. It's probably the best thing that came out this year. And this is why SFX is not worth your time and not worth your money. You have never heard of it. Jurassic World, Sisters, Monkey! Oh, there's a new... Is it on Blu-ray? Out now. Is it on Blu-ray or is it... it is Blu-ray. Oh, I'm tempted while I'm reading that. What's the extras? 13 Lost... I see, I got it all on DVD. Do I want that? I guess I'm not going to go up to Blu-ray on this. I know, I'll read the review. Razorhead, they got that out again. They're re-releasing Back to the Future again. I can't imagine what else they can put into that. Trip to the Moon, that's interesting. Why is that coming out of that on Blu-ray? That's interesting. I would read the review of that as well. So I'm about 8 pages in. Boring. Well, if you like Spit and Grave, boring. Okay, fine. Lots of boring. Ministry of the for the Future. Who's who wrote it? Kim Stanley Roberts. Okay, he's a good writer. I'm not a big reader, but I might read these. Okay, I might read these book reviews. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I'm like searching for stuff to read. Dark Crystal, best read. If I like the TV show they did, I might read that. Dracula's Child. I have no idea, but they didn't like it that much. Well, they didn't like Brave New World. The best thing. And Target Book, I think probably did okay because it's politically aligned with them. And again, that is Doctor Who. That is SFX Magazine. It's also Doctor Who magazine. Until they are desperate for you to buy it. New Marvel thing, mediocre. Everything's mediocre. Yeah, okay, fine. There's not much I'm really that interested in over here. Couple of games. I'm totally not interested in any of these things. I got to check out this First Action Bureau. I only got a 3 out of 5. And then the Big Finish Relief Kills Me Not. That gets a 4, so it's not out yet. I'm intrigued to hear it. And that's it. That's your lot. It's over. So, do you want to buy this magazine? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I can't really recommend it. That looks better. I'll get that instead. That Corgi, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. That I'm interested in. SFX Magazine. What is the cover price on this Drek? Yeah, let's go back to the... if I go back to this view, open page overview, we'll go up here. Does it say anywhere? No, it doesn't say anywhere. God, I know. I wonder how much it is. Yeah, okay, let's look over here. Let's go to Pocket Mags. Let's just go to, I'm going to search SFX. Let's see how much they want to charge you for this if you don't have a subscription. SFX, we go S. Hello, I'm trying to. No, just leave it like that. Search for SFX. And we will find out. Inquiring minds want to know. Wow, $3.99. That's pretty expensive. Not special issues. I don't want the regular issue. Okay, okay. So you can get a 12-month subscription. That's $4.99 an issue, or $2.76. $2.76. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. $2.76 for a subscription, or $4.99 is certainly not worth it. $4.99 is not worth it. I would recommend against this one. So there you go. That's your virtual peruse of SFX Magazine. Should you buy it? Should you not? Probably not. Do you want to pay £5 for what? About a few pages of puff and filler? Look, I'm hoping I'm going to get stuff. I can take the piss out of Star Trek Discovery from that article. Otherwise, it's a bit of a loss for me. It's a bit of a loss. There you go. My name is Sheila Beckett, the Rabbi from Another Planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.